guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. So today we're looking at EZA Int LR Cell. Now I'm not really I want to try and keep an open mind here as much as possible. I'm not really too sure what to expect. Looking at his kit and stuff like that, it seems to me like this cell right here, his base version, is just really not special for the level we're talking about, right? Now, I think if Blue Gogeta was not like, oh my god, like, he's the best EZA TR by far, he's, you know, maybe even creeping upon the level close to, like, the Gammas or Kid Goku or something like that. And then EZA LR Gohan, right, Cell's direct, like, unit with him is fighting for best unit in the game. Like, he's 1 or 2 or 3 or something like that. Cell, just, to me, in his base form, was not given the same amount of love. Like, he's just going to do a little damage. His defense is not really going to be that impressive. It just doesn't really seem too good to me for Cell. I don't know. Now, certainly, I think when Cell is transformed, he is, like, really crazy. I think that this Cell basically is, like, Power Awakening Piccolo, but he's orb changing, right? Like, Cell seems super good. Once you transform, you are in good hands. Cell is going to dominate, but I just don't think he's going to be good enough in base. I think all they had to do was just give him guard and base. I feel like with his exact kit, he could have unconditional guard, and that, I think, would suffice, right, to really help him out. As it stands, and then considering, like, so Cell's link set here: Gentleman, Messenger from the Future, Big Bad Bosses, Kamehameha, Ultimate Life Form, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. I absolutely despise with all my heart that he doesn't shit asinine. It's really stupid, right? I hate that so much. So let's see here. So we're at 300k defense, right? Cell gets defense up to 120%, the more HP remaining, greater the defensive buff. 120% is just not enough. That should be like 250% or something like that. He gets 2 key, 30% attack per enemy. So he will look better in, like, a Super Battle Road setting and stuff like that, which certainly can help. Maybe some sort of burst mode or something like that. The Bojack burst mode, you know, it was in the Dokkan event, so there was a bunch of, like, a fight against a bunch of enemies. Very possible. Cell does get the 50% attack and defense on super attack, multiplicative buff. That's really good, right? So, I mean, that's going to put us up to, what, 450k defense? But, like, dude, he's at 450k fucking defense. You think that's good enough? No, it's not. No, dude. And then Cell, his super attack effects, he doesn't even get defense on his 18 key effect. What are they thinking? What the hell? I don't understand. He does get 30% defense from his 12 key super attack effect. But, like, why are people acting like, oh, he's better in base than people are giving him credit for? No, he's not. No, dude. No way. Now, he does, however, have a high chance of launching an additional super attack. But like Gohan, it's written in the way we don't want. He doesn't do a guaranteed attack that's a high chance to be a super. It's a high chance of an additional super. The reason it's better, if he's always doing the additional, like if it was, you know, additional that has a high chance to be a super, then that you're going to proc your hidden potential system attack more often. But unfortunately, both Cell and Gohan, both of them have it this way, where it's just a high chance of an additional super. So let's see what we get right here. Cell, I think, is probably going to struggle for key often. If they could have given him guard, he would still potentially take damage. You could still transform and stuff like that. I do not like what they did with this base form Cell. We're going to go... After this, let's go into one of the... I think the Red Ribbon Army Red Zone stages are pretty good for showcases. Maybe we'll go fight 16, 17, and 18. I think that maybe could be a good fight for a showcase here. Because that could be kind of fair towards Cell. Because we could get, you know, some of his extra abilities, right? Remember, Cell does get the 2 key and 30% attack per existing enemy. So I think that'll be fair to give him a little bit of extra buffs, right? We'll see how it's going to be. Remember, in order to transform with Cell, we have to get below 40% HP. So we'll see how easy or tough that's going to be. The thing is that Cell's team is just really weak, right? It's like these characters, like 19 and 20, I mean, it's now 2023. This is a 2021 character, right? 19 and 20. STR second form Cell is a 2021 character. Like, a bunch of these units are okay. Physical LR Cell is okay, right? But it's like, all these top units right now, you know, these, like, Saiyan teams and Movie Hero and stuff like that, it's like your second option is Carnival Goku. Your third option is STR Piccolo. Your fourth option is Gamma 1, right? Like, Cell, dude, this is not good enough for a lot of these fights. I mean, yeah, you'll easily be able to no item all these fights. Well, I don't know about easily. It'll be tough, right, for sure. Some of the, like, the Metal Cooler Core, potentially, it could still be, like, a tough fight with the Cell team. But, like, this team is just not competing with these Saiyan teams, these Movie Hero teams and stuff like that. I feel like this Int Cell, he needed to be a bit better. They didn't do enough for him, I think, basically, like, for what we're looking at. He's definitely good, but, see, I don't even know, I'm gonna need to do the full world tour, of course, before I, like, you know, would update my tier list or anything like that, but does Cell even make the top 10? I just feel like his base form is too unimpressive. Would I put Cell above LR Metal Cooler? Probably not. Probably not. I don't think so. Or Golden Frieza? I just feel like their performance overall is just gonna be better than Cell. It's like Cell transformed is definitely better than those characters, but it's like you're not always in that form, right? And if we're gonna mention, well, Gohan's not always in Super Saiyan 2, but Gohan is guarding, self-sufficient with ki, with a great link set, and stacking in base. Cell is not stacking or guarding or has a good link set or any of that, right? So let's do the red zone fight against 16, 17, and 18. I feel like that's a really good spot to sort of test his easy out here. Maybe I'm unfair to Cell. Let's see. Let's go into a real fight and see how we do. I think we should be okay. I haven't done the 16, 17, and 18 fight that much here, so we'll sort of see how we do. One thing I do want to be mindful of, this is like a showcase. I'm not trying to win. I'm trying to showcase Cell. So I do want to avoid 18. We don't want Cell to get supered by 18 and get the huge seal off. Alright, let's just focus fire on Android 18 as much as possible. See, like, when we're going into difficult content, like, when I talk about, like, Cell's team and stuff like that, this is kind of what we're talking about. Maybe we'll just do Metal Cooler instead right here. We'd probably be better. Yeah. Let's at least get super attacks in. God damn it, dude. Alright. Let's see how we do it. Again, like, this team, like, if we're gonna run this team, Cell needed more. I think, like, okay. From now on, when they're making villain characters, like, they have got to make the villains, like, better than hero characters or something. Or they need to be getting a lot more. I think if Cell, perhaps, like, gave extreme class allies, maybe 2 key 30% attack and defense, that could be a huge buff for this character, right? Or, again, if he guarded, to transform here. It's very possible we could, like, not get this pretty easily. Again, I'm not really too sure how hard 17 and 18 hit. I don't actually know. So maybe I should have did even a tougher fight. But again, I felt like this could be good. Because remember, with multiple enemies here, we are going to have multiple extra buffs for Cell, right? We got the 2 key and the 30% attack at least twice right here. And then if we're going up against, once we get to the phase with 16, then there's going to be 3 enemies. My main focus is just to not get supered by 18 on our Int Cell. That's super important. Do these androids just never... Oh, okay, I was going to say, do they just never super? This is type advantage, so this isn't going to do too much damage. Remember, we do want to fall below 40% to transform, but... 17 lowers defense, okay. We are going to be healing a lot, too, with this team, I guess, right? Like, if we have Ultimate Life Form up, that's going to be healing us. Physical Cell, if he's going to do 12 key super attacks, he's healing us right here. Right, these AoE supers right here are giving us healing as well. So, okay, we're at full health, yeah, okay. Alright, key, I think that'll be pretty important. So, 330, just, I don't know. Cell and Metal Cooler, they could be okay together. Because it's like we have, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power, and Big Bad Bosses all activated. So we are at least getting a lot of power from our links, but no key. Cell, I feel like, is going to struggle for key. I think that's going to be a real issue for Int Cell here, right? Like, the only way he gets key is just from enemies. Like, that sucks, right? And it's like, Gentleman? Who has Gentleman? Okay, we did get a triple super right there. Physical LR Cell's got Gentleman, right? He does. Okay, so Physical LR Cell is Gentleman. AGL Cell has it once he's perfect. But, like, that's... Ginyu? I mean, are we ever going to run Cell on a team with Ginyu? No. The answer is no. They've got, like, no... no. They're never on a team together. Okay. Well, that sucks. Let me actually talk about Cell's categories here. Alright, so we have double Cell transforming into second form right here. Remember, once AGL Cell goes into perfect mode, AGL Cell is very good still when he's perfect. But you have to get there first, right? Like, that's another thing that's, I think, an issue, right? Is it's like AGL Cell is pretty mid until he becomes perfect, and in perfect Cell is I don't know that I would go mid for him, but he's just not good enough, I think, in base, right? Like, so it's just it'll take this team a while to really get cooking, right? Because we need Int Cell to transform, we need AGL Cell to look better. I'm gonna be so mad if 18. I'm gonna put Int Cell, I think, probably in the middle slot right here. Let's see. We're just gonna focus fire in 18. We're just gonna try and do as much damage to Android 18 as we can. All right, so this is a much better turn for Cell, right? We have no support, but we have nearly every link active with LR Physical Cell. He's at 348. Again, remember, he's getting the 50% when he... Again, I'm focus firing on 18, because if she supers Int Cell, that does it for, like, this run of the showcase, right? It's like, all right, well, he's sealed for the rest of the fight. All right, how much damage does Metal Cooler eat right here? I don't know. I've got no clue. Okay. Oh, sure. All right, well, we're ready to transform. Well, I say we're ready to transform, but you know what's going to happen is if we get supered again, we're just going to outright die. We're just going to die if we get super attacked again with this incredible team. Okay, that's good. Okay. We are going to live here? Okay, that's pretty good, but... yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, though, we're sealed. Oh, no, we're dead. Okay. Alright. We lived. No, we didn't. We did. We're dead. We're dead. We're dead. We're dead. We're dead. Yeah, I mean, that's... this team, right? It's not really... I do like... I feel like Int Cell looked pretty good right there, though. Him triple supering, his defense definitely got to a very decent level. I just wish it was, like, a little bit more... That's what happens in Red Zone, right? Is you do just go 100% HP to 0, right? And it's like, Gohan, his teams are full of guard characters and the Gammas and shit, right? Like, I guess we could run Cell on the Gamma's team, right? Artificial Life Form. We could do that. That's one huge thing. Oh, the cord apparently is being weird today. But that's one huge thing about Cell, right? Is all these category teams. All right, Cord, hurry up. I just want to go over this with Cell. All these teams he's on. And let me take a look at what, like, actual, like, teams he's got. Okay, so all the teams Cell is on. We got Android Cell Saga, Resurrected Warrior, Full Power, Android, Transformation Boost, Time Traveler, Artificial Life Form, Kamehameha, Target Goku, Revenge, Power Absorption, Miraculous Awakening, Accelerated Battle, Sworn Enemy. Wait, one of these is Planetary Destruction. Then he's on Worldwide Chaos, and he's on Battle of Fate. But it's like, with this team, with Cell's team, oftentimes, like, who is the slot 1 character? It's like Metal Cooler, right? Or like we have to dodge with AGL Cell or something like that. We could go into, like, you know, the Red Zone Broly fight, and like the androids could like nullify a Ki Blast Super or something, but I feel like this team, it's much more likely that we'll 100% HP to 0% HP than we are. So I guess I'll cut, and we'll come back once I've gotten Cell's transformation, and we'll sort of see what perfect Cell is able to bring to the table here. Alright, perfect. Here we go. We got Cell's transformation. Now he gets very, very, very good. I would say I'm very impressed with this perfect Cell. Again, he very much, I would say, resembles Power Awakening Piccolo. Right? He has, again, very similar sort of abilities, right? Okay, so here we go. We got perfect Cell. This is great. We're going to have most of our links activated. Let's see. So his links do change slightly. Gentleman becomes Revival. Okay. Which actually hurts because these cells both have Gentleman. Yeah, so, okay. That's kind of unfortunate there. At the start of turn, by the way, which base should have, he does have a high chance of launching an additional super attack still, which is super powerful. And then here's what I really like. He has 3% damage reduction per Ki Sphere obtained. I really, really like that ability. Okay, this is pretty good right here. Do we have... No, okay. Alright, so let's hit this. So we're going to get 8 Ki Spheres. This is big, because this is going to activate his full passive, right? So we get 3% damage reduction per Ki Sphere, so we have, what, 24% damage reduction here? He gets 30% attack and defense when attacking with 4 Ki Spheres, 40% attack and defense when attacking with 6 Ki Spheres, and then 50% attack and defense when attacking with 8 Ki Spheres. Then he gets another 100% attack and a high chance to crit when he does his active skill, or when Ki is 24 or higher. So now Cell is crazy, right? Honestly, this fight, like, it's going to be difficult. Cell's going to be doing so much damage that he's just going to one-shot, like, every phase of this Vegeta probably. What is this, like, 25 million? Oh, yeah, exactly. Okay, perfect. So, Vegeta's dead, obviously. And then remember, Cell has a high chance of launching an additional super attack as well. So, it's like, he just becomes so good. And it's like, I'm not sure exactly what his defense was, because he's getting so much of this, like, when attacking and stuff like that. But it's like Cell begins to, like, start breaking 1 million defense with this damage reduction while shooting out, like, 25 million. Grade this guy. Because I just feel like his base form is not doing what he's doing in his perfect form. I feel like if they were going to leave his base form the way it is, where he's getting no Ki, his links are not really that good, he's not getting defense on his 18 Ki, I just see flaws all over his kit. I don't know why they couldn't have made his transformation condition even better, right? I think 50% would have been more than fair. And that does, it seems small. Even the change they did is huge. Going from 30% to 40% is massive. But then going from 40% to 50% also would be massive. It would have helped him out so much. It's just very unfortunate. This is not going to be a great turn here. So I think this is a perfect time to use the active skill. So Cell can use his active skill the turn after he transforms. So theoretically, you could do this on turn 3 at the earliest, but that would only be in, like, a Super Battle Road fight, or maybe we go into, like, the STR Rose Dokkan event, and then we take a bunch of damage from the field, and then we transform turn 1. It's something like that, right? And we could theoretically do Cell's active skill on turn 3. Now, let's see. So you could do this. You do have to be facing only one enemy, though. That is important, right? It has to be just one enemy that you're facing, which can hurt a little bit for Super Battle Road, but definitely in the past, I've gotten Cell's active skill off. Right, I've gotten Cell's active skill off in the past, in Super Battle Road runs. Yeah, Cell does also, dude, he also gets a high chance to crit when he does the active skill or when Ki is 24. It's actually unbelievable to me how good Perfect Cell and Super Saiyan 2 Gohan are. Like, I just cannot suck Cell's dick enough in this form right here. He has a 50% chance to additional super. He has a 50% chance to crit. This active skill is like a nuke. Don't forget, I didn't mention it, but he full heals you when he transforms, too. This dude is super busted. Like, I get why people want to cope for this character, but the problem is not here. This guy's incredible. Like, just him alone, he's, like, top 3. You know, it's like... I don't know. I feel like it's kind of a toss-up with Gohan and Orange Piccolo, whatever. And then Cell's like 3. Like, Perfect Cell, if he was just standalone like this, he's better than Vegeta and Trunks. He's better than Carnival Goku. He's better than STR Finals. You probably could more consistently get Super Saiyan 2 Gohan than you could this form. One of the reasons is the strength of the teams Gohan is on, right? Where you're surrounding him with Vegeta and Trunks and Carnival Goku and the other Carnival Goku. And, you know, the 7th Anniversary LRs and the Gammas and Android 8 and Kid Goku. Cell is surrounded by, like, units that are, like, okay. Gohan is surrounded by all the best units in the game. So it's like you could definitely make, like, the conditions... Even though Gohan's condition is worse than Cell's, you'll be able to get it more consistently, I think, just with the strength of the characters around him, right? Whereas Cell's, I think, could be tough because you're going to go from 100% HP to 0% HP, rather than, oh, we're under 40% now. So here, let's pop the active skill. Again, this activates the last part of Cell's passive, where he's going to get an extra 100% attack, and he's going to have a 50% chance to crit. Whew! Damn, dude. Okay. It's dropping a 10 milli right there. I mean, yeah, Cell, we're certainly looking pretty good so far. 300k defense right there. We're not going to be able to get a ton of orbs right here. What is the most? 5? So we'll be able to get the 30% attack and defense with 4 Ki Spheres, but that's it. We only get 1 of these buffs. Alright, so let's see what his damage is going to be right here. Even though we're not actually at 24 Ki, remember we did activate that ability since we did the active skill, right? Remember that these LRs that have these types of abilities on their... like, these LRs that have these abilities at 24 Ki, an active skill attack would activate it. So Cell gets up to 19.7. You know, I think I made a mistake with the potential system for both Cell and Gohan in that I gave them too much crit. I think I might want to maybe give more additional to both my Cell and Gohan. So my Cell, I changed my Cell's potential system. I don't think I went over this in the video yet. I changed my Cell's potential system a little bit. He had 22 crit, I believe, and 9 additional. And then I just changed it up a little bit. I did give him a pretty strong gold equip right there, that level 3 crits and super attack effect. Actually, I could maybe change that attack bronze equip. I can. I could either give him a defensive equip, or I could give him like an additional or something like that. I should change that bronze equip right there. I didn't notice that's something I should change. This I already had on Cell. I'm obviously not going to take that off. We're going to leave that right there. I don't know what I'm going to give Cell instead of that bronze equip, but we're going to make it a little bit better, I think. Okay. Damn, this sucks. Hopefully the 2 perfect Cells right here will finish this Vegeta off. And then we can just have Int Cell go crazy against Evolution Blue Vegeta in the next rotation. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think about the Cell, right? He is very good. I don't know if I would rank him in my top 10, though. It's just, he's not good enough in base, man. He's not. I'm sorry. I know Perfect Cell is so crazy. He's like a top 3 contender for sure. I agree, but I just don't like regular Perfect Cell is not that guy. He's not. I think I would rank Cell. I would definitely rank him above the Worldwide Download Celebration, Goku, and Vegeta. Right? I'd put Cell above them. Would I put Cell above Metal Cooler? I don't know. I don't think so. Would I? Would I put Cell above Metal Cooler? I would not put Cell above Golden Frieza, I don't think. I don't think so. I think Cell's kind of like... right now, this is before we do the World Tour, right? So if you're freaking out, oh my god, you're so unfair, like, calm down, calm down. Or, like, I'm not... you know, I haven't done the full World Tour, you know, going into a lot of these tough fights, stuff like that. I'm just going to change the whole field to give us... because we'll full heal like this. Let me just do this. Because Android 8 at the... or Android 13 at the end there, he's going to get cooked. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like this Cell, to me, overall, I would probably rank somewhere around LR Metal Cooler and, like, LR Beast Gohan, LR Golden Frieza, like, LR STR Carnival Goku. I just think in base, he's not doing enough. Now, his perfect form, if I'm going to rank just his perfect form by itself, I would probably put him at 3, above Vegeta and Trunks, above Carnival Goku, above Final Form Cooler, probably behind Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Well, actually, is Cell better than Super Saiyan 2 Gohan in his perfect form? I actually might put Cell above Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Like, if we're just on their transformed states, I might. I mean, Cell is pretty goddamn nasty, right? Alright, so we get just a huge amount of damage reduction right there. That's interesting. Do I think Cell transformed is better than Gohan? I might think that. Better than Super Saiyan 2 Gohan? He might be. Cell would live a super attack from Vegeta right here, I think. Alright, what are we doing? 25 million. Remember, he has a 50% chance to launch an additional super attack, and we could get the Hidden Potential System additional super as well. So there's that. And then there's an additional 18 million. Alright, bye, Vegeta. It's just like, you know, this is power creep, man. Yeah, this boy is crazy. He still could have did one more. Cell had another in his back pocket, unbelievably. Yeah, dude, he's good. He's really good. I wish his transformation condition was 50% HP, man. I don't know. Let's do the full World Tour. Let's go fight Broly. Let's go fight the Metal Cooler Core. We'll do all these fights, man. You guys let me know what you think of Perfect Cell here. You see him putting up those numbers. It's crazy. It is surprising. Like, these are, like, fan-made units. Like, Perfect Cell and Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Like, they're just, like... It's just so effortless that they're just dropping 25 million attack stats, right? Like, it's free. Once they've transformed, these numbers are free for them. Like, Cell just did that on that rotation without support. Like, it's crazy, like, how impressive they look. But, I mean, they definitely have tough restrictions to get there, and Gohan is just so much better in base. It's really tough to save, man. Cell is definitely very good, though. He's very good, for sure. Alright, this is the true value of Perfect Form. Cell, Perfect Form. His leader skills, Android/Cell Saga category key 4 and 180%. So, I mean, he's got, like, an okay leader skill, I guess. I guess, right? And then he also gives Extreme Int key 3 and 130% of stats. Really good for a Dokkan Battlefield, though. Yeah, both Gohan and Cell will be great for that. His 12 key super attack is the Perfect Attack, which raises defense by 30% for 1 turn, does colossal damage to the enemy, and then greatly lowers enemy defense. His 18 key super attack is the Kamehameha, which greatly raises attack for 1 turn, so 50% buff, does mega colossal damage to the enemy, and then lowers enemy attack. The lowering attack is good, but, I mean, he's going to struggle for ki. I mean, maybe in Super Battle Road with a lot of enemies, ki will be less of an issue, but I don't know why they didn't get him defense on his 18 key. That hurts. That does hurt him quite a bit. I guess you could say he struggles for ki anyway, so you probably will be going for his 12 key, I guess. But, I mean, you're saying he's struggling for ki, which is not what good LRs do, right? So, I don't know. His passive skill, A Serious Game, gives him 120% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then he gets defense up to 120%. The more HP remaining, the greater the defensive buff. Then he gets 2 ki and 30% attack per enemy. Then he gets 50% attack and defense when performing a super attack, which is good, multiplicative buff. And then he has a high chance of launching an additional super attack, 50% chance. Then he evolves when conditions are met. They just needed to do more here. I think giving him guard like Gohan would have been fine. I think he could guard in base, and then you could change nothing else, and I think that would help quite a bit. But like Cell's teams, you know, they need help. It's very tough. Like it's going to be tough for this team for sure. They could have given him maybe some supports, could have helped. He just doesn't have enough. And, you know, I think it's important to compare these units to other, like, similar characters to make fair comparisons. And just compare them to Gohan, right? Dokkan Fest, you know, LR EZA. And I feel like Cell just gets the huge short end of the stick compared to Gohan. Where Gohan has the great Link set. He's on a bunch of great teams. He's self-sufficient with Ki building up. He's stacking defense on both 12 and 18 Super, right? It's just Cell, you know, can't compare with that. And then we have the problem with villains in this game where, number one, villains don't release often enough, whereas, you know, Gohan's team is built around characters that have come out within the last 3 or 4 months. Cell's team is characters that came out in 2021 and the start of 2022, right? Like, it's just Cell's in a tough spot, you know? He just is. He is. It is what it is, man. You know? It's tough shit. So Cell will transform when HP is 40% or less. They did buff that from before ZZA. The 10%, it's a significant difference. It is. 30% to 40% helps a lot, but it's not enough. I think 50% is what it should have been. His links are Gentleman, Messenger from the Future, Big Bad Bosses, Kamehameha, Ultimate Life Form, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. Just flat out not good enough. Links are a huge issue. I remember when Cell first came out, links were an issue, and now here we are, links are still an issue, right? It's just a shame. You know, you do look at this and wish that there's, you know, a more universal link set that these villains could be rocking. Would certainly help them out quite a bit. 12 key multipliers, 150%, 24 key multipliers, 200%. Now, here's where we get to one of the huge, incredible positives. I am pretty negative about this Cell, right? Mostly in comparison to Gohan. But this Cell is still, you know, one of the best units in the game. Especially if you transform, like, it's over. You won, right? Probably. But Cell is on so many teams, and so many teams that really could use the help. It's going to be super good. So he's on the Android Cell Saga team. Nice addition for the villains out of that team. Cell's also on Resurrected Warriors, which could always, any options for that team is really good. That's good. Cell's also on Full Power, another great option for this team too. That's awesome. Cell's also over here on the Android category team. Huge addition to this team. The Android team is you know, in a much better spot with the Gammas and stuff like that, so that's true. Then Cell's over here on Transformation Boost, which most villain characters are on. Well, at least, you know, Cooler, Cell, Frieza, Boo, all of them. Cell's also on the Time Traveler team. This would be interesting if Time Traveler was made a legitimate team. It's not right now. Those Heroes units I'm not too impressed with in terms of, like, leading the category. But Time Traveler gets a real 170% lead, and, you know, we could be cooking. Then Cell's on Artificial Life Form. Remember, we could... Cell is on the 200% leader skill for Gamma 1, right? Actually, he is for Gamma 2 as well, isn't he? So I guess Cell does have a couple of setups that we could use with the Gammas and stuff like that. Perhaps when I take him on his World Tour, that's what I'll do. It might be better to just run one of the Gammas teams, actually, for Cell in the world. I'll experiment with it, because when we were doing Gohan's World Tour, we did use several different teams, right? Like, I wasn't just sticking with one setup. Gohan has infinite setups you could do. Cell does at least have a couple as well. Cell, of course, is on the Kamehameha team, so he is on the team, of course, for AGL LR Gohan, 180%, which is pretty good. Then Cell is on the Target Goku category team. I think could be a very interesting potential 200% team from, like, a Carnival LR or something like that. And yet, now we get into the run of really bad teams that Cell is helping out quite a bit. Then he's on Revenge as well. I think he could be pretty helpful on there. Cell is also on Power Absorption right here, which is good to get more options. Then Cell right here, this is the Miraculous Awakening category he's on. Then right here, this is Planetary Destruction, another good category to get buffs on. Then he's also over here on the Sworn Enemy category. This could be an interesting team, Sworn Enemy. If that got a 170, I would definitely be interested to see what that's going to look like, right? Basically all the Dragon Ball Z villains. Then Cell's on Accelerated Battle right here. Again, this is how he's getting some 200% from some of the Gammas, which is good. Then Cell is also over here on the Worldwide Chaos team. I guess, another team that certainly could be interesting if I got a real lead. And then finally, Cell's on Battle of Fate. It is a shame that the Cell characters are not on Future in Dokkan. In Legends, all the Cell characters are on the Future category. If Cell was on Future, he's on Battle of Fate, so he would actually be on Vegeta and Trunks' 200%. But again, remember, Cell characters, for some reason, are not on Future Saga, even though Cell's from the future. And we still don't even have a first form Cell from the future. That they could definitely drop a first form Cell, one that fights Trunks and dies to Trunks, or the one, well, I guess the one that kills Trunks is this one, right? But okay, so there was Cell perfect form, right? Not really too high on this guy. He's okay. He's solid, but he's nothing special. But then, you could get lucky, right? Turn 1, you get cooked. Turn 2, you transform with him, and he is going to be God mode, right? Like, that is best case scenario. Cell's on the second rotation, you get cooked, he transforms, and then you dominate, right? Could happen. And of course, you could transform into Perfect Cell if HP is 40% or under. Here, Cell's super attacks changes, his passive changes, he gains an active skill, and then one of his links change as well. So Cell's 12-key super attack becomes the Perfect Shot, which greatly raises defense for 1 turn, so 50% defensive buff, does Mega Colossal damage to the enemy, and then massively lowers enemy defense. Cell does Mega Colossal on both? Really? I didn't notice that. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, because Gohan does as well, right? Oh, okay, that's actually really good. Oh, that's really good that Cell does Mega Colossal on both. Because when he's got built-in additionals, right? Okay, nice. Cell's 18 key is the Perfect Death Beam, which greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Again, 50% buff. Mega Colossal damage to the enemy, and then greatly lowers enemy attack and defense. Now, you could easily have this guy on turn 2, right? Definitely. In like Super Battle Royale runs, even Red Zone runs, you could have this guy on turn 2. So that greatly lowers attack. Usually transforming LRs on their 18 key, like, it's like, okay, who cares? It's worthless. But not for this guy. Like, you could get him turn 2. It's just not going to be consistent transforming into him. You're going to have runs where you don't get it at all. You're going to have runs where the enemy 100%s you to 0, but you're going to have runs where, you don't even see his weaker base form. His first turn, he'll transform right away. It's going to happen, right? And that is where he is, like, top 3 in the game. If you don't even have to use his base form in a fight, oh my god, is he going to dominate. Dominate. His passive skill, Impeccable. He fully recovers HP once only. I love this. I love mid-battle healing characters so much. He randomly changes key spheres of a certain type other than int into rainbow key spheres. That right there, boom, it's over. That ability on top of everything else he does, he just is so good. Then he gets 6 key at the start of turn and 180% attack and defense. What did he have before his EZA? It was 4 key and 120% before EZA. Okay. After EZA, it's 6 key and 180%. Then he has a high chance of launching an additional super attack. Then he gets 3% damage reduction per key sphere obtained, which is super good. Again, he's Rainbow Orb changing, so, getting at least 6 orbs is going to be very common for him, which is good. He then gets 30% attack and defense when attacking with 4 key spheres, 40% attack and defense when attacking with 6 key spheres, and then 50% attack and defense when attacking with 8 key spheres. Because he creates his own orbs, that's going to be a little bit more consistent. This is a slot 2 character, but he is a hell of a slot 2 character, right? And then finally, he gets an additional 100% attack and a high chance of doing a crit. That's a 50% chance, either when he does his active skill or when key is 24. So again, I don't know why they don't need to. I guess they word it there for players who don't know, but when you do the active skill, it counts you as 24 keys. They don't even need to say when activating the active skill because it already would work, right? But it's fine. It's fine. Again, he then gets an active skill, the Solar Kamehameha, which greatly raises attack temporarily, does ultimate damage to the enemy, and then massively lowers enemy defense. You could do this when facing only one enemy starting from the 3rd turn after evolution once only. It's essentially just the turn after he transforms. I feel like they made it, like, needlessly, like, just say the turn after he transforms, right? That's all the condition is. The way they worded it is terrible, right? Like, it's like, I feel like the 7th anniversary LRs are worded better, right? And then his new link set, Gentleman changes into Revival, and then the rest of it is the same. Messenger from the Future, Big Bad Bosses, Kamehameha, Ultimate Life Form, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. So let me know what you guys think of this cell. It's so tough to grade this guy because when he goes into this, it's unbelievable how good this cell is. But in base, he's just very unimpressive. He's nothing special, I think is the proper way to say it. He's just nothing special. He could do some damage. Who cares? Every unit could do damage. His defense is not great. Super attacks, even from the first stages, a lot of these tough red zone bosses will cook the shit out of him, right? He's just not impressive in base. But if you get into his perfect form, you're probably going to win. Hopefully Cell's teams can get some additions. But regardless, with all the categories he's on and stuff like that, this guy's going to get a lot of play. He's not an L release or anything like that. I just wish they would have made his base just a little bit better. But I wouldn't change any. I think his design is perfect in this form right here. I actually wouldn't change anything. The only thing I would say is him and Gohan, give them guaranteed additional. That's a high chance to be a super rather than high chance of additional super. That's about the only change I've made. So let me know what you guys think of Cell. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.